Hi, my name is Carcass8, and this is my childhood Charizard from my first ever save file in FireRed, which was the first Pokemon game I bought in 2005. This Charizard, the oldest Pokemon in my collection, turned 20 years old this past summer. A lot of the details are lost memories, but what I do remember is special to me. I remember turning 10 and the pride I felt saving up my birthday money. I remember the excitement I felt holding the game in my hands at EB Games. And I remember the fun I had during those hundreds of hours I put into the game. While this Charizard isn't my first ever Pokemon, considering my first Pokemon game was Gold that I got from my brother, none of my older Pokemon withstood the test of time. And even if I didn't restart Gold like 5 times, or if I didn't lose the game cartridge at some point, or if I still had a working battery, there's no connection between the Game Boy Color games and the Game Boy Advance games. This, of course, means that Generation 3 is the true beginning for a lot of journeys like this one. Personally, the only reason why I still have this Charizard is because I transferred it to Diamond in 2008. This is a very flawed Pokemon. I'll never claim Charizard as a true ribbon master, because I simply did not earn every single ribbon possible. But I still want to share this journey and the memories I made along the way. Prior to transferring up, I conquered Kanto's Elite Four with Charizard, managing to have it reach level 100 naturally at some point. Since I never had Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald as a kid, however, I missed out on those contest ribbons while in Hoenn, in addition to the battle ribbons. While I made an attempt at the battle tower in Sinnoh, I didn't earn many of the battle ribbons playing Diamond either. However, the contest ribbons were another story. Charizard soundly earned every single ribbon. Along the way, we defeated Cynthia for the Sinnoh Champion ribbon, befriended Julia in Sunyshore City, measured our footprint at Mr. Footprint's house, and flexed our wallet at the Ribbon Society. While playing SoulSilver, I beat the Indigo League again. While on Mount Silver, I battled Red. Hang on, isn't that me? Is this a time paradox issue? Is Charizard versus Charizard ripping the fabric of space and time? Anyway, I spent the rest of my time in Johto collecting shiny leaves before making the shiny leaf crown, even if it didn't transfer up. Even though I started collecting all of the old Pokemon games I missed in 2018, Charizard stayed put until December 2023. After that, I took Charizard on as many adventures as I could, gathering as many experiences as I could, starting with Pokemon Black. First, Charizard and I conquered the Pokemon League, defeating Champion Alder, and even Ghetsis, and not a single one of them awarded me a ribbon. Rude! I was so excited to play Pokemon Y with Charizard just for Mega Evolution. Here's Charizard Mega Evolved in both forms for the first time in Kalos, as well as participating in the Battle Royale. Up next was Omega Ruby, and then Pokemon Sun. First, here's Charizard in Hoenn to max out his Sheen, then in Alola using a Z move for the first time. Plus, here's Charizard battling Red's Pikachu and... Hang on, isn't this technically Charizard battling against his own trainer again? Like, that's me, but not... So, the day finally came, nearly 20 years later as a birthday gift to myself earlier this year. I finally moved Charizard up to the Switch era. I didn't get every single ribbon. I even gave up at the battle tree, but honestly, I'm okay with that. I want Charizard to experience all of the new things too. After 20 years, Charizard finally made its way onto the Nintendo Switch. Starting in the Galar region in Pokemon Sword, Charizard competed in the Championship Cup tournament against Hop and Dynamax for the first time. Plus, the return of the following mechanic. Of course, I was super excited to feed Charizard some Max Mushrooms so it can Gigantamax. Next stop, defeat Leon at the Battle Tower. Not only that, but we had some fun camping in the wild area and eating curry. I also made sure to give Charizard a modest mint, feeding him a bunch of Dynamax candy and hyper-train him with the golden bottle cap, and reset his EVs before feeding him some vitamins. Plus, he had also been infected with Pokerus. Next, Charizard revisited Sinnoh, and I imagine this is what it's like to go back to somewhere you went as a kid in your adulthood. We battled the Elite Four together again and defeated Cynthia. Plus, we competed in the new contests. Charizard definitely maintained his style. I'm so grateful Charizard was able to maximize his sheen before being transferred up. It's so satisfying seeing everything maxed out. And finally, Pokemon Scarlet. Here's Charizard and I hanging out in Paldea. While in a picnic, we played soccer, took a bath, and ate several sandwiches. Then, we competed in the Academy Ace Tournament, terastallizing for the first time into Fire, Flying, Dragon, and then the new Stellar type. And here we are just posing for the camera in a couple different areas of the region. Gotta love how amazing Charizard still looks after all these years. My favorite thing, however, was being able to control Charizard using the Synchro Machine. I never could have thought that I would ever be able to do such a thing 20 years ago. Here's the final summary screen in Scarlet. I honestly hope they continue adding more ribbons and marks that are fun to obtain. Shame I couldn't revisit Kanto and Let's Go Pikachu or travel through time with Charizard to the Hisui region, but there's always another journey around the corner. This is my final update, for now. Charizard may not be the perfect ribbon master, and it scatters things often, but by nature, it dares to be bold. I missed out on a lot of ribbons over the years, and that's okay. Charizard's journey reflects my own, and ultimately, I've really enjoyed playing each game with Charizard in my party. I've had this single Pokemon since 2005, and I'm so glad it's still around. Here's to 20 more years of exploring.